Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And for those that are holding Hedera Hashgraph, are you short-term or long-term with HBAR? Now, by short-term doesn't mean, selling during this bull run. Short-term could be, you want to sell next week, you want to sell next month, whatever the case may be. Me personally, I'm long term until the end of this bull run. Then I'm going to take profits and then I'm probably going to reinvest on the low end. That is personally my plan. I do have a more in-depth plan on my website, but overall, when we're talking about HBAR, when we're talking about this entire market, I know for what it is worth, everything is very volatile right now. We are down now 10.63%. Bitcoin is ranging around the 42.5K support zone. If it is broken, yes, we will see 41K. We could even see lower, but I'm not too concerned. I'm honestly not worried at all. It just means, hey, we kind of sit stable for a little bit more time. Totally fine with me. Now, HBAR, for what it is worth, I know a lot of people are kind of, disappointed with it. Oh, it didn't even reach, astronomical levels. How could this even go to $1? It couldn't even, hold over 50 cents. I just want to give you guys an update, right? So a lot of people are losing faith with HBAR, but look at the volume. Up 137.2%. What does that tell you about HBAR right now? Even though we are bottoming out, look at the volume flowing in on HBAR. This is exactly what I've been telling you guys the entire time. Yeah, sure, there might not have been a lot of buyers up in these highs here, but now there is, and a lot more people are actually accumulating. Look at the volume inflow down here. We are sitting stable and low right now on HBAR, but look at the volume piling in. That tells me that once the market kind of stabilizes, once we get back to a normalcy factor in terms of the market, guess what ends up happening for HBAR? We are about to explode in price action. And I'm not even trying to tell you guys that just for, hopium or clickbait, whatever people will say. I'm telling you that, guys, from a personal standpoint in terms of a technical standpoint. Because look at how much accumulation happened here at these lows down at 25 cents before the next explosive move up to 35 cents. Again, look at the accumulation happening down here in terms of volume at around 31 cents all the way up to the all-time high that we just recently had. Again, there's going to be a lot more volume flowing in to HBAR, especially at these lower levels, and we are seeing that 137, almost 138% volume, and it's still piling up because there's a lot of buyers at these levels, because guess what? From here, you're pretty much expecting, because the all-time high currently right now is 56 cents, you're almost expecting about a 23-cent increase in price from the current level. So overall, I think HBAR is still about to run majorly. And the best thing about HBAR currently is that we are listed on some major exchanges now. If we go check out the market, right? So you guys remember that Binance and Huobi and a few other ones were the only major exchanges that had us listed, but now we have a lot more. Guys, we have been getting some major listings for HBAR a lot recently, and it's crazy to see that. And the good thing about that is the fact that now when we really move, we are on some major exchanges now, and guess what ended up happening? We got onto another one, BitMart exchange. I know that this one's not too big, but it is fairly large. I mean, 270,000 followers, that is nothing to disregard. Especially considering the fact that if we check out the exchanges, right, and we go to BitMart on the top exchanges, first off, we're already listed on Binance. We're not on Coinbase just yet, but I think that we will get there soon. We're on KuCoin. We're on Huobi. We are on a lot of these exchanges. We're even on Gate.io. Now, in regards to BitMart, right, so let's check out BitMart. So right now, BitMart is down at 116 in terms of the rankings, but trust me, there is a lot of people that know about BitMart, and look at the volume, up 15.35%. I know that that's not crazy, but it is sitting at about $1.6 billion. So when we were talking about, and by the way, it has 477.8K weekly visits compared to a lot of these exchanges that are in these, top 100s. But we know that listings have been happening like crazy for HBAR, and the good news about that is then when we do run is that there's going to be a lot more areas for a lot of people to actually get into HBAR. Not a lot of people do have Binance or are verified on Binance to actually purchase on Binance or OKEX or any of these other major exchanges. So it's really good that we are on another major exchange, especially today. I mean, this happens basically tomorrow in regards to trading. So this could be very cool for us. Now, overall, we also see more innovation happening at Hedera. We do see 2 Hedera GC members come together to establish an innovation lab aimed at increasing cloud adoption by offering technical expertise, resources, and platforms. This is very cool to see Google really kind of working with YPro. 2 incredible, GC members, of course, but hey, I think a lot of these GC members will really benefit from working together, especially building live projects on the Hedera mainnet. I think that this is really cool to see. Now, in regards to the price chart for HBAR, so wow, all right, so I am on the monthly right now, so let's actually change that. Let's zoom in. So overall, what's funny about this is that we actually bottomed out. Now, I'm not saying that we're totally bottomed out. I just think that we are very close to the bottom, or if anything, we are at the bottom in regards to Bitcoin, because a lot of people are still calling for a lot less in regards to the price for Bitcoin, but I'm not sure we get there. I think that we are near the bottom, or at least we already bottomed out. Now, in regards to HBAR, check out where we bottomed out, though. This is a perfect retest of the bottom support before we pumped to almost 60 cents. So the next moves in regards to HBAR, when we do finally break out of this wedge, right? Considering how much volume has poured in already, right? Because don't disregard the volume on HBAR right now. I get it that the price action is not moving. I get it that we've fallen significantly, but 137% volume is something to not disregard. Now, in regards to the RSI, because I was watching the RSI closely throughout this entire week, as you guys already know, we basically bottomed out a little bit on the RSI here. I don't know if we go too much lower, and the only reason why I say that is because there's not strong support here. For example, check out this little bit of an influx before we came down just a little bit lower and tested the support down here. Overall, I mean, we could have a nice influx because there is support going back to February 2021, even going back as far as, let's go back, even going back here, right? We touched down a little bit below it in November. It was nothing too crazy overall. I mean, we peaked down a little bit below it, but I'm more so watching the March of 2021 support zone and also the support from April. I think that we could have a bottoming point here where we do have the next influx of the RSI increasing, which would obviously bring an increase in the price for Hedera Hashgraph as well. But the volume is the biggest key here, because I've been telling you guys throughout this entire week, even over the weekend, I told you that we have been losing a lot of volume, which would obviously tell us that we're going to come down lower in price. I told you guys that we could retest about 36 cents. We pretty much broke below it, and we retested even lower, nearly at 30 cents exact, which is absolutely crazy to me. I think that that is a perfect entry point. Not a lot of people were able to enter there because exchanges were going down at that pinpoint. But overall, when we look at the percentages in terms of decreases, right? This was not this was a decrease in price to not disregard. I mean, this was roughly a 46% drop in price, which is significant. It is. But I'm not going to tell you guys that this was bad at all, because even in the past, right, when we had a 37% of a decrease in price, we pumped, just pretty much a few days later. So I think this is going to take a little bit of time to get back into the full guard, where we'll basically be in the idea of moving up to that all-time high, retesting it, and eventually breaking out. But I told you guys, the next line from here would ultimately be $1. I honestly think that the next target point, after we kind of consolidate for a little bit of time, most likely by the end of the month into that September 27th time zone, we'll be back into the upward swing on Bitcoin, which would obviously help Hedera Hashgraph move as well. Now, I'm also watching the Bitcoin price chart, because guess what? The Bitcoin price chart also tested some lows. Now, if we actually look at where we bottomed out at, there's not much support here at all. In fact, we actually bottomed out at resistance going all the way back to May, which is actually funny to me to actually see. But let's actually go to the weekly on this and actually see what's happening. So This was actually support or a resistance point going all the way back to March of 2020 in regards to this fall here. Now, overall, this still looks very bullish to me in a sense. Kind of just looks like we came back down, retested a little bit of support, and now we're kind of just trading sideways. Now, obviously, in regards to the Bitcoin chart, this is very important for us to actually move higher. So let's check out the RSI on the Bitcoin chart as well. I did have us kind of retesting a low. Looks like we almost kind of bottomed out at this support zone back to August of this year. Also, this could be a strong indicator of even some resistance, but let's actually throw a horizontal line on here. Let's check out the past test of this line as well. So overall, looks like some resistance. We peaked above it a little bit, nothing too crazy. Overall, there's not too much support at this line. So I would say this is a little bit oversold in a sense, but this could also be us ranging a little bit on resistance. There's not too much touches of this line exact. There's actually just creeps over it. So overall, when we're looking at the RSI, it doesn't look too bad. It looks a little bit oversold. And like I said, the volume is piling in on HBAR. So I would say once the market settles, we're in for a major move for HBAR as the volume is flowing in on it, as you guys already know. So realistically speaking, I think that in the long term, this pullback here is not going to be anything to kind of worry about. It is a significant pullback, though. I'm not taking that away from it. I think that this pullback was significant. 46% is nothing to disregard. Obviously, if you FOMO'd in at the top, which I tell you guys to never do, this would obviously hurt you, but you did get to DCA down at these current prices. So overall, the market looks pretty stable, to be honest. I mean, after that volatile price action today, you know, Bitcoin's been holding around the 43K zone for a little bit of time. We're closing in on the close, so things could get a little bit volatile. If we do break 30 cents on HBAR, I will buy a significant amount, in my opinion. I think that anything below 30 cents, as you guys already know, I bought at 30 cents before the major drop back here. So if we do go below 30 cents again, I will definitely be a buyer. At this current price, it's not too bad of a price to buy either, but I do think that we could see just a little bit lower possibly. And that's just, you know, pretty much retesting 30 cents or so in regards to going a little bit lower. So overall, things look good. Volume is piling in for HBAR. And like I said, once we do start to move again, we are on a lot of exchanges now. We're getting listed on more and more exchanges as well. So hopefully maybe Coinbase could, you know, list HBAR. I think that that would be a very big catalyst for us to really kind of pump in price. As you guys know, though, Coinbase, whenever they do list an asset, it usually dumps. So who knows with that being said. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. I do apologize if you just heard traffic going past my house. My window is open as it is fairly nice out, but it is what it is. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And as always, guys, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.